Hi, it's Josie, and today I'd like to talk to you about the easiest way to train your horse. Not only is it the easiest way, it actually will help you troubleshoot problems. When you have problems with your horse, when things aren't going as they should be, you'll be able to use it to troubleshoot. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about a thing called the training scale. Now, if you use the training scale no matter what, it doesn't matter if you're a show jumper, cross-country person, I'm sure a barrel racer does it. I'm not 100% sure because I don't barrel race, but the training scale is how you train your horse. And if you stay with me until the very end, I will put some footage in of a young horse that I'm starting under the saddle for someone at the moment, and I will show you how the training scale fits in with groundwork. It fits in with everything we do with our horse. It's the building blocks on how we train our horse. It has been very dressage orientated because that's, I think, where it came from, but it fits in with everything. So I just let this girl do a little warm up and I'll tell you a little bit about her, because I'm hoping that she will show you how, when things are not going right, and then how we use the training scale to fix it. So there's 6 pieces to the training scale. They are building blocks, remember. They are rhythm and relaxation, suppleness, contact, straightness, impulsion, straightness, collection. I've got those two mixed up all the bloody time. And they don't work independently of each other. You need to use them. They sort of work all together, and one makes the other a little better. But if you have a problem, you go right back to the bottom and you'll work your way through it to see where that problem is with your horse. So today Rihanna has been out of work for a couple of years. She's now come back into work. This is her 3rd week under saddle, and I will only be using the bottom 3 parts of the training scale because that's where she's at the moment, and most young green horses are there. So that's rhythm, relaxation, suppleness and contact. So what you'll see is a mare that becomes quite anxious and runs and loses her rhythm. So rhythm is the beat of the gait that you're riding. So a walk is a 4-beat gait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a 4-beat rhythm. The trot is a 2-beat rhythm, and the canter is a 3-beat rhythm. But within rhythm, there is tempo, and that's how fast those beats are. So I could slow her walk down, so she could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Sorry, not quite accurate, but you can get my meaning. And also within, so there's rhythm, tempo together, and relaxation. And relaxation plays a major part because a horse that is anxious and a horse that is not relaxed through its mind will not be relaxed through its body. And both of those are antagonists of the horse. And a horse that's not relaxed mentally can't learn anything. It just can't. Your horse has to be relaxed mentally to be able to learn. And then there is the suppleness. Suppleness is just the bendability of your horse, basically how easy it is for the horse to bend, both laterally, that's laterally, and longitudinally, which is up and down. And contact is actually the contact with the hand or with the bit. So this mare came to me with a contact problem. So you will see a lot of unattractive looking, I'm not going to hide it, a lot of unattractive head messing like this. And what will be happening is I will just be following her with my hands. I will be imagining that my reins are 2 pieces of cotton. And if I pull, they will break. She can take the contact, because you've heard it before, haven't you? The horse takes the contact. She can take it, it'll be okay. I'm not allowed to take it. And I'm telling you this because you'll see her come back short, and you'll see my hands come backwards a little bit, but I'm not pulling on her mouth. I will be following her mouth wherever it goes. If it comes back here, there, I've got the lightest feel on her mouth, and that's all I will have If she takes the contact, that's different. And I think that is one of the parts where most people, well, not most, pardon me, a lot of people go wrong, is they pick up, I mean, I remember being taught at Pony Club, pick up your reins and take up the contact. Well, you don't, the horse takes it. I've got a light, subtle touch on her mouth here, and if she comes back, I'll see if I can, there, I'm keeping that contact the same. I'm keeping that feeling, the light feeling the same. All right, I'm going to take her and work and give her a proper warm-up in walk, and then I'll come back. You don't have to watch that. I'll come back, I'll show you her in trot, because that's where she runs and loses her balance and loses her rhythm and tempo and suppleness, and you'll see it all working together. Okay, so she's had a good warm-up walk. I'm now going to trot her off. What you're probably going to see is she's going to maybe run at too fast a tempo. So she still have a 2-beat trot, although sometimes she'll lose that, but the tempo be way too fast. She'll be running forward and losing her balance, and therefore she cannot be relaxed in her body, can she? Because if you're losing your balance, you're not nice and relaxed in your body. You will probably see her bring her head back, and you'll see me trying to follow her with my hands. We'll see how we go here. All right, let's go. So you can see head's back here, and she's a little bit choppy. Actually, she's not really got the nicest rhythm. So I'm going to put her on a circle to help. Circles will help with suppleness. Sorry, sweetie. There we go. I'm just following her mouth with my hand. I have a light contact, a light, like I've got a cotton reins. Try, that's better. There's the tempo's coming better. And not only that, but she actually went into the contact. Yep, she's back off of it. I'm gonna show you all of this. This is not unusual for some horses, especially anxious ones. So I'm putting her on the circle. There, good, just to help her. And with the suppleness that she gives me on the circle comes, and she's heads up again. So we're just going to, and it's not the fact that just her head's up, I feel her body, it's stiff. Good, and her trot becomes choppy, and she changes tempo. Good girl, Woo. Good girl. So I'm using the first 2 parts of the training scale. I'm using rhythm and suppleness. I don't have my rhythm or my tempo I want. She's going too fast and loses her balance. And when she does that, I help that tempo slow a bit by doing a circle. Good. And I also use my body. I'm setting the trot rhythm I want here. I want 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You can see that she's getting faster there. So then I turn her on another circle. Oh, good girl. You can see there it's coming. The rhythm is, the tempo slowed. The rhythm is definitely a 1, 2. Whoops, too fast there, you can see. And then she loses her balance. Good. Very good. That's better. That's better. So I know with this mare that when she gets to go straight, she becomes rushed. That's better. Now I got a nice feel. And she's seeking the bit. Can you see that? I haven't done anything. I've lost a bit of contact there, so I'm just going to put her back on the circle, round my inside leg. Good girl, good girl. There, good girl. That's it. Good, that's nice. So when her rhythm and tempo become the correct rhythm and tempo for her, she can relax. She becomes a bit more supple, and then I get a nice contact. She gives it to me, I don't take it. Any other time when her head comes up, which you'll see there, I'm just following her. So I've now got a light feel. Now she's taking the contact. She's taking it. It's actually nice, but she's taking it. You're spooking at your shadow, missus. She's taking it now. I'm just following because she's come up high. It's very light, like a cotton thread. Now she's taking the contact. Now it's just a cotton thread. I'm not pulling, I promise. I'm just holding the bit gently. Good girl. Good girl. And now I'm just, yeah, that's the girl. Good. Now we'll go straight again and she'll come maybe up a little, maybe not yet. See, I've lost it here, so I put her back on the circle. Yeah, and then she takes the contact. She takes it. There it is. She's taking it. You can tell that because I can put my hands forward. She's a bit spooky with things, this girl, but that's okay. It's just the way she is. See, she's taking it, not me. And when her head's back in my lap, I have the very lightest feel on her mouth. It actually takes a lot of balance to do this. It's dang hard work. Ooh. So you just need to watch. This mare gets faster and faster and choppier, and then when she finds her balance, I'll get her a little supple. When the circle, which helps her slow, finds her suppleness, then her tempo and even her trot looks much better. Good girl. I'm just touching her mouth here. I'm just following her. Now she's taking the contact. Now she's taking it, not me. She's taking it. I'm just holding, like touching her mouth so lightly you would not believe it. Oops. Speak at a blade of grass, wouldn't you, sweetheart? Okie dokie, that's better. So she's taking the contact, not me. How do you know? If I put my hands forward, she goes deeper. Better not go near that blade of grass again, Rihanna. It might get you. Good girl. Good girl. So the tempo now is her tempo. How do you know? Because she's reasonably supple in it. The rhythm is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and she's not falling on her face. So she's supple. Whoops, I lost it then. I lost it. See, and now I'm just touching her mouth here. Good girl. Good girl. So she is, so we'll go back to that. She's got good rhythm, a good tempo, reasonably supple until she gets to the shadows here. Here on this side, okay, reasonably supple, and I have a lovely contact. So when your horse is rushing, you need to find the rhythm that's specific for your horse, and all horses have a rhythm that they find their balance in. You need to then, if you've got good rhythm and good tempo, let me repeat that, sorry, they have a good tempo that they find their balance in. They shouldn't be running. And the way to find that, I found, is to slow the horse right down or speed the horse up, because some horses can go too slow and not have the correct tempo. They can be too slow and lazy and they don't get forward enough to take the contact. So when you've got a nice tempo, then you work on suppleness, or in this mare's case, the suppleness helped her with her tempo, but it was really because I was doing a circle to slow her down rather than pulling back all the time. It's doing a circle to slow her down, which would then help her with her tempo. She would become supple. She would take the contact. And over, and now she can come out. So we don't want too fast a tempo. We want a good rhythm. We want her to be nice and supple, and we want, when it comes to contact, like I want her to be connected to my hand, and she is connected to the rope. These slow, she can feel that, trust me. And so that's lovely. Again, pretty happy with that. But if you have a problem with a horse, you're trying to work your way through an issue, you need to go all the way back and work your way up and work out which bit is missing. So in the beginning here, this mare was not in a good, she had a rhythm, but her tempo was way too fast. So I couldn't get any suppleness in her body, and she wasn't following my hand, which is what I would call that groundwork connection. that they all sort of work a little bit. So I worked on the rhythm, and then I got the tempo okay. Once the tempo was okay and I asked her to bend a little bit and get some suppleness, then I got the connection. So it all works everywhere. It's just a fabulous thing to think of and to remember. So I hope that gave you some understanding of how the training scale can help you train your horse and troubleshoot. And you can see that it's in groundwork. It's actually, even if you're taking your horse from the stable to the paddock and they shoot past you, what can you think about that? You've lost your rhythm, you've lost your suppleness as the horse runs past with his head up, and you've lost your contact. I'd love to know if you've heard of the training scale. If you know anything about it, please let me know in the comments. And also give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't, so you don't miss a video. Don't forget to come back and watch this mare's progression. And thanks for watching.